The year was 1912, and the world watched in awe as the RMS Titanic, the largest and most luxurious ship ever built, prepared for its maiden voyage. People from all walks of life boarded the ship, each with dreams and hopes for the future. Among them were two young souls destined to cross paths in the most extraordinary way. Rose, a young woman of wealth and privilege, and Jack, a free-spirited artist with nothing but a heart full of adventure. Rose DeWitt Bucutta felt like a prisoner in her own life. Engaged to a wealthy man she didn't love, she was constantly surrounded by opulence, yet felt empty inside. As she stood on the deck of the Titanic, the vastness of the ocean before her mirrored the emptiness she felt within. The gentle breeze and the endless horizon were her only companions as she contemplated her future, longing for something more. Jack Dawson was the complete opposite. He had no wealth, no status, but what he lacked in material things, he made up for in spirit. Jack was an artist, a wanderer, who lived life one day at a time, seizing every moment. Winning a third-class ticket to America in a lucky poker game was just another adventure for him. He stood at the bow of the Titanic, arms outstretched, feeling on top of the world, ready to embrace whatever lay ahead. Fate brought Rose and Jack together on a chilly evening when Rose, overwhelmed by her life's pressures, found herself standing dangerously close to the ship's railing. Desperate and on the verge of doing something drastic, she was startled by Jack's sudden appearance. With a mix of concern and humor, Jack managed to pull her back from the brink, both physically and emotionally. In that moment, a connection was forged, a spark that would change both of their lives forever. That night, Rose and Jack talked as if they had known each other for years. Jack's stories of his travels, his art, and his carefree outlook on life were a revelation to Rose. She found herself laughing, something she hadn't done in a long time. Jack, in turn, was captivated by Rose's intelligence and her yearning for freedom. Despite their different backgrounds, they found common ground in their shared desire for something more than the lives they were living. As the days passed, their bond grew stronger. Jack introduced Rose to a world she had never known, a world of joy, spontaneity, and authenticity. He took her to the lower decks of the Titanic, where passengers danced and celebrated life with a freedom Rose had never experienced. They twirled around the dance floor, laughing and carefree, as if nothing else in the world mattered. It was in these moments that Rose realized she was truly alive, and she owed it all to Jack. One evening, Jack asked Rose to pose for a drawing. It was a bold request, but Rose felt a deep trust in Jack. Unlike anything she had ever felt before, she agreed, and as Jack's pencil moved across the paper, a deeper connection between them was revealed. It wasn't just a portrait. It was a testament to the vulnerability and trust they shared. Rose, in that moment, knew she had found someone who saw her for who she truly was, beyond the facade of wealth and status. However, their time together was about to be cut tragically short. On a cold, clear night, as the Titanic sailed through the dark waters of the Atlantic, disaster struck. An iceberg loomed out of the darkness, and despite the crew's best efforts, the Titanic collided with it. The ship, once hailed as unsinkable, was now in grave peril. The impact sent shockwaves through the vessel, and the mood on board shifted from celebration to fear and panic. Amidst the chaos, Rose and Jack's only thought was to stay together. They navigated the overcrowded decks, the freezing cold, and the rising waters, trying desperately to find a way to safety. The ship was sinking faster than anyone had anticipated, and the reality of their situation began to sink in. Yet even in the face of imminent danger, Jack remained focused on one thing: ensuring that Rose survived. His love for her gave him strength, even as the world around them descended into chaos. With the Titanic nearly submerged, Jack and Rose found themselves at the stern of the ship, clinging to the last remnants of safety. As the ship broke apart and sank into the icy depths, Jack helped Rose onto a piece of floating debris, sacrificing his own chance of survival for her. The freezing water sapped his strength, but his love for Rose kept him going. He made her promise to never give up, to live a full life, and to never let go of the love they shared. In the end, Rose was rescued, but Jack did not survive the freezing waters. As she was pulled into a lifeboat, Rose knew that she would carry Jack's memory with her forever. She kept the promise she made to him, living a life filled with adventure and love, always cherishing the brief, beautiful time they had together on the Titanic. Years later, as an old woman, Rose would often reflect on those days aboard the Titanic. Despite the tragedy, she remembered it as the time when she truly lived, thanks to Jack. His spirit lived on in her heart, and his love continued to guide her throughout her life. The story of Rose and Jack is a powerful reminder that love can bloom even in the darkest of times. Though the Titanic is gone, the memory of their love endures, a testament to the strength and beauty of the human spirit. Thank you for watching the story of Titanic, Rose and Jack. Their love story, though brief, teaches us that every moment counts, and that love can conquer even the greatest of challenges. If you enjoyed this story, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more amazing stories.